Okay, hello and welcome in everyone. My name's Sugi Yamagawa, and today on VTubing my slow life hobbies in my 30s, we're back at Table Saw Kun once more in order to make holders. We're gonna be working. So today's game plan is to make holders for tools and utensils for the French cleat wall. Today is going to be purely about just having fun working on the project because I've got a quick and easy project to get things started off, and then later on things are going to get a lot more interesting. But hello and welcome in, Mr. Spock. I hope you're having a great day. Enjoy your break. Breaks are good. Breaks are very important, especially if you got a lot of heat going on. Shucks, I did some firewood splitting yesterday, and holy smokes, it kicked my butt. It really kicked my butt. Ugh. Granted, it also kicked my butt because of the humidity. So, this is tool number one. This is my fire poker. So, originally I was wanting to have this in my tool shed, but I didn't like storing it there. So I have a spot. Originally, when I was first storing this, I had it on like the sidewall of my garage. But then I was like, you know what? I don't like having to go into the tool shed for this. So we're gonna work on getting this guy moved. And for that, so I'm thinking we'll use this nice little hanger right here. One small, nice little hanger. But I've got the French cleat wall. So in all the projects for today are going to involve using the French cleat wall. So here is a cleat. So we're going to just take this, we're going to cut it down to size. And yeah. Because for this piece here, this hook with all these threads, I'm going to want a little bit more than the thickness of this material. This material is 7/8, I think, in its actual dimensions. So we're going to actually work on, we're going to get a piece cut out of this to 5 inches, and then we're going to dimension that small piece of scrap to 5 inches as well. Because I feel like 5 inches will give enough cleat to hold the material, while also, honestly, I don't know. I mean, for some reason I just feel real scatterbrained today. Mostly just because I've just also been spending a lot of work trying to get the drill press stand done, and I have been successful with that nearly. I am very close to being at the end of the drill press project. I literally just have to put on... This is confusing. You're using a tape measure? Well, yeah, Mr. Spock, I've used tape measures before. I don't know if you weren't paying attention, but I have used tape measures. Granted, I'm probably going to really confuse you here in a bit, because per that last short, my most recent short, I'm going to be using my dust collection. So, and since I'm going to be using my dust collection for today, whenever I have the table saw running, I will probably be muting the mic, because I will have table saw plus the dust collector, which tape measures are for pros. I'm not a pro. I'm a garage class amateur, and I'm also proud of it. And I also just want to, like, make a good project happen. So, there's that piece marked. Actually, and speaking of tape measures, I should probably tape measure this guy out. So that way, I can cut my piece here and get my piece cut off of this, because I got 2 cuts to make. And also, amateurs can totally use tape measures. Like, it's not hard to It's not hard to use tape measures. Look at that nice wood. It's wonderful cedar wood. Very beautiful. Very lovely. I am spoiled so incredibly rotten to have a sawmill that deals in just cedar 1 hour from my house. I almost said a mile. It's like, oh no, I don't live in the boonies. So, all that. Get the table saw powered. And then actually, because I was also, there's another woodworker I follow. He was being a little bit fussy about safety precautions on his his most recent newsletter. So I'm gonna wear hearing protection and hope my glasses don't. Really, the biggest thing with I live in the boonies. Hey, there's nothing wrong about living in the boonies. It's just I like living close to Costco. So I'm pretty well set up. I am going to be making a bunch of noise, so I'm going to mute the mic and enjoy the BGM. Okay. Oh. Wait, did that mute Mike? And Sam's Club. Wait a second. Mike's still picking me up? Damn, I thought that would... Oh, darn it. The button, I thought... How do people mute their mics? Oh, wait, that's the mute mic button. I think... And... Oh no. That felt too incredibly safe. How dare I do that? Granted, I am gonna appreciate... With shrinkflation, they had to change the name of the Dollar Tree to the, the Dollar Bush. Oh man. That... Ooh, wow, I like how... Wow, that came out square! That is an incredibly square offcut. That's adorable. That's nice. That is lovely. So, we got ourselves 2 small pieces. And hello, Kiwi. I hope you're having a great day. I am having a wonderful time in the shop. Okay, great. So we've got our small 2 pieces of wood. We got our hook. I'm just going to leave that around. Let's see. So I want to be able to fasten these 2 pieces of wood together. I need screws for that. I did not grab them before stream. So I must wander off in search of screws. Oh, there they are. So we're going to go in with some 1.5 inch, which these are one of my more favorite screws for connecting this material together. And I know it's my favorite because the bin's nearly empty. Also, I was using these a lot yesterday to put the faces on the drill press stand. So, for now, we got this, we got this. So, the cleat, this part, is what's going to slide into the wall, into the, well, what is actually the cleat in the French cleat. And then we're literally gonna just be adding this material. And that's just gonna give us a little bit more thickness for when we actually put everything together. So I want to figure out how I want to do. We'll do a dab of glue. So I've got my glue boy right here. We're gonna put a nice little dab of glue on this little piece of wood right here. We'll just give it a real nice, good little dab. Not a whole lot. We don't have to go crazy with this today. Oh, grab ourselves a drill and bits. So for these screws, I was using the 5/32, which I can't. Don't park all your things on the table saw stand, Sugi, because we're gonna be using this later. It's actually gonna be real fun later because I'm gonna have to get creative later with how I wish to do our second phase, which is actually gonna be which is technically the big project for today. This is the warm-up project. So literally all this is gonna be, I'm just gonna smush those two together, give them a nice slide back and forth piece, and then position them point where the end of my scrap meets the top of the cleat. And I want to do this for both sides. So like that. Now, this part is what's going to be facing out. So since this is basically going to be the back of the assembly, this is the part where we're going to add the screws to, because this will hide the fasteners. Which actually, I got a pretty nice pre-drilled hole already right here. I'm just going to enlarge. And then I'm going to give that. So we've got two nice holes, because another thing you have to work with when you're working with cedar is a very brittle wood. It will want to shatter if you don't pre-drill your holes and stuff like that. So I'm gonna just use my fingers to feel to make sure I was reasonably lined up. So I'm gonna double check. So we're looking great that side. We're looking good that side. Now we just add screw number 2. Then I just want to check and make sure if they're flush. Now, first screw I drove in, flush with surface, no big deal. We are a little bit proud on our second one. I mentioned I want a portable barbecue and camping chair in a camping chair. Nice, very nice. So I'm gonna do a few more zips with this screw, just to get it a tad bit more flush. Also, we can see a nice generous squeeze out. That meant on both sides. That meant we've got plenty of wood glue on this. So that is the assembly put together. Told you guys this first one wasn't easy. That's the great thing about small projects, is they're easy. Now, I'm gonna eyeball this. I'm gonna see if that's good. That looks pretty good. So you basically want to make sure your drill bit is the size of the shaft. You want it to when you line the two up, you want to be able to see the screw threads past your drill bit. And if you do that, then you're good to drill your pilot hole, which I will now mark. So, I'm in with my handy dandy tape measure. I know I set this for at 5.5 inches across. Well, not 5.5, but even 5. Is that overkill? Aw, it's not overkill. You just want to make sure if you overkill, if you make your hole too big, the threads of the fastener will not fasten, and it will just pop out. Which, there's kind of a couple ways you can handle it. At that point, like you could mix some wood glue and sawdust to create a putty mix, add it to your oversized hole, let it sit overnight, harden, and then you can re-drill your hole. That's an option. I don't expect to entertain that option because, well, we're fine. We're fine. So, their drill bit in here. And I'm just gonna... Oh! Wow! I went all the way through. Okay, well... How about a helicoil? Wait, You're gonna have to define a helicoil for me. Because I can't think of off the top of the head what a helicoil will be. I am unfamiliar with that term. But I can press down on this, and it's not going in. Which is good. I want that. Because what I want to do for this is literally we're going to hand turn it in. We're going to just do a nice hand turn in. And it's nice and tight, which is good. That means our hole is nice and tight. But I need a tool to get it in there. This is a tool that you always reach for when you might be in a bit of a difficult position. Some people have a euphemism for that difficult position called being screwed. For me, I have a screwdriver. So what you do with your handy dandy screwdriver is essentially what the screwdriver is additional leverage. And will let you turn the hook in. Which, that's the hard part for me, is keep turning this in while also keeping I'm gonna have to do, it's a metal thread thing where you drill out all engine stuff. Okay, that's probably why I don't know of it, because I'm not an engine guy. I'm just a wood guy. So, I'm going to just keep turning this in until my threads disappear into the wood. Just because it will look nice. And then you can also do stuff where you hold the screw and then you just turn the piece of wood with it. So, that, and back towards me a bit. Gotta back it out just here. And there it is. I think that screws. My hook's not parallel and it's bothering me, but it's. I've never used one. Ah. I've never had the... That's close. That's really, 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 really close. But that is... That's our first project done. It is a piece of cleat with additional piece of scrap wood as a spacer block with a hook, and that will hold the fireplace. Well, my fire poker. Now, if I wanted to get real extra, I could trim this flush, but guess what? It looks perfectly good to me. That will hold a fire poker. So, I'm gonna go throw this on the wall. And apparently sneeze. Woohoo! And since I do really like showing you guys stuff, there it is. Pardon the poor lighting, but there it is. Holding my fire poker exactly where I want it. So, that is project number 1. Done. Now, let's talk about project number 2. And this is the big project for today. So, I have here a set of spade bits, and I also have a set of auger bits. I got 2 of these bad boys. What I want to do is I want to build a holder for both sets of bits. And there's a reason why I want to do both sets of bits on one holder. One, they're both bits. They're similar tools. 2, they're similar tools that are used for similar purposes. Spade bits have their use. They will make a rougher hole than what the auger bits will do. The auger bits they'll make a cleaner hole, but they're also really good for removing a lot of material. If anyone here watched the anvil stand stream, but they were really great in that. And this is where probably gonna get the whiteboard out for. I want to combine these into one build. And how I'm thinking about going about that is we're gonna have our cleat. So that's gonna wait. I made our cleat backwards. Our cleat. Wait. Spot facing towards wall is like that. Wait, I did do that right then. Did do that right. Our cleat's gonna be something like this. Now, I want to have one board that's long. I have one long board. And then up here, towards the top, we give ourselves a little bit of space here. We'll have one board. This board will hold the paddle bits. The reason why we'll have a board up here for the paddle bits is because the shoulders are in different positions. For those who don't know what shoulders are, let me grab the 1-inch here. So, this area is the shoulders. So when this bit is stored in the holder, the shaft is sticking down and this is sticking up. So when I want to grab a paddle bit, I'll grab the paddle bit, pull it out of the holder. That's how that guy's going to work. For the auger bits, the game plan is to have a larger board. A board that isn't... Well... Yes, we have... This is the shank, but where the shank meets the head of the bit, this one little bit of area here, that's the shoulders of the bit. Because we're going to drill a hole for the shank to lay through, because essentially what we're going to do... Actually, that's actually going to help. Let me grab an auger bit without spilling them everywhere. Because here's why I want to do this the way I want to do it. Is these guys are best held with the shoulders like that. These guys, I want to hold like that. And what I'll probably also do is, I'm thinking for the auger bits, because they're pretty hefty boys. No, like in prison. Oh. Well, Mr. Spock, I've never been to prison. I've never had that fulfilling experience in my life. So, we can either make 2 boards, or we can just have a single board. I really don't know exactly how I want to go about it, but we'll have the lower board will be drilled out for the shaft or the shank of the auger bits, but the top board we're gonna bore it out, and that'll just become like a little like nook that will hold. Or is that a shiv? It could be a shiv. Well, if it's a mix, actually, what would it be called if I were to just take an auger bit and stab someone with it? Like, I don't think that's a shank. If I was to take... one moment. So, I've got a nice little piece of angle iron here. If I were to take a piece of this angle iron off, snap it off, wrap a cloth around one end, and then sharpen this other end, then I'll have a shiv. That would be a shiv at that point. But I digress. We're gonna have a couple pieces of wood here. We're gonna have the top cleat. We're gonna have what's essentially gonna be the panel that we're gonna mount all this to. We're gonna have a board up top, and then we're gonna have 2 boards down at the bottom. And this is just a kind of... Spock is getting uncomfortable. What? With stabby stabs, or is this too much thinking? If the thinking is getting to the point where it's making you uncomfortable, that's fine. So, I'm gonna have that up, off to the side, but in a way I can actually, like, visually see it. So, my next goal is I need to also determine some measurements here. So, now, let's figure out the width of this project. So, I'm honestly, because these are very close together, I'm going to want to space these out a little bit, and I think I'm probably going to want to do the same for my paddle bits. And I think the way to go about that, this way, measure cardboard. Just measure the packaging. So the paddle bits are 6 inches. And we'll call these 7. So we want 7 inches in width. So we're going to go to the magic whiteboard. And that's going to be the width. Now, I also have to figure out because width gets me a lot of measurements for a lot of my pieces. But I also have to figure out how long that backing board needs to be. Because that's going to be a tricky thing for me. Because my primary scrap material, the cedar, has a fixed width. Well, a width, because we're going to use it in the... We have we have 6 inches of lumber in this direction. You have all the good tools. I have tool envy. Well, funny enough, these auger bits were a birthday present from a friend. That's how I acquired the auger bits. Because if we do 7 inches, I want to make sure I have enough, which really we might be able to get by with a 6-inch piece. Hey, how's work on the wall going? Oh, thanks and welcome in, Akira. But yeah, so far so good. We've made one really small project for the wall. So I now have my fire poker on the wall. Now I am brainstorming, game planning, whatever word you would like to use, to get these guys on the wall. Now, that's going to take a little bit more of a complicated assembly. So, this is kind of the rough shape of what I'm wanting to go for. So we're going to have the cleat. This is the piece that's going to sit in the cleat on the wall. This is going to be the support board, the big long one. And then we have 2 ledges. We have a ledge up here and a ledge down here. The upper ledge I want to use to support the paddle bits. The lower ledge is going to support the auger bits. I'm using 2 pieces of wood for the auger bits because they're heavier. There's a lot more. We've got a lot more steel here. Like, this is probably like a good 3 pounds of steel versus the spade bits. The spade bits weigh nothing. They are absolutely no weight whatsoever. So, I've already determined the width as 7 inches. This is also just like me just working through a project in like live, real time. Because I feel like that's like the most chill. Oh no. I am so glad that Nando's not here because he would make a joke, but I can't believe I actually did that. Okay, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about those numbers in the context of memes. Ay caramba. Okay. Are they much heavier than that they need 2 pieces of wood? They are. I would feel more comfortable that if they were being supported with 2 pieces of wood. I mean, my material. So the material thickness here is 7/8, which. Where's my converter tape measure? I need to actually buy more of these tape measures that have both sets of units on them. So this is 7/8 thick in freedom units. In metric, it's about 22 millimeters in thickness. So will it probably hold these guys up? Possibly. But I do want to make it easier. The biggest thing I'm worried about is how I do decide to go about this joint. I could drive screws in from the backside in. That is the quick and easy solution. And now, and I'm fairly optimistic with 2 pieces of wood, I can make it work. Especially if I just add some glue to it, because if I throw some glue in there, it just helps. It just helps. But yeah, worst case scenario, if I really, really wanted to make it like great, I would use a dado stack to cut a groove, and then I'll set the wood into that groove, which this is also why I bought this whiteboard. Because whiteboard is good for drawing out ideas. So a dado, and this is kind of a dado in profile, is like a little key. Well, it's like a lock. And then your piece of wood is the key that slides into that lock. And the thing is, with a dado, you get a lot more surface area for wood glue to hold your pieces of wood together, versus just sticking your two pieces of wood together and having it glued. But going the two-board approach is definitely going to be the better approach. Also, another thing I want to do is, there's also another reason for the two-board approach. And let me get this guy out. A chipmunk visited me today in the compost area. It went into cinder block wall and got trapped. Only one way out. Looked in and it was staring back. Oh, poor chipmunk. And the other reason I want to do it is because I have very little shaft and a lot of weight, a lot of mass around the auger bit. This makes it's very, let's see. Oh gosh, let's see. I'm gonna find. So that's its center of mass right there. So what I want to do with the second piece is drill it out. First piece will be drilled out for the shank. The shank will hang out towards the end, and there'll be like a nook, a hole for the actual auger bit to rest in, and then that way the auger bit is held in there closer to its center of gravity. Versus if I was just holding, say, my hand was the piece of wood, the center of gravity is kind of here. It's not wouldn't be as secure. I don't know. I'm probably overthinking a few aspects of the build, but you know what? I'd rather build it solid once and worry about not being solid. Well, wait a second. Wait. How do I complete? I shouldn't be thinking about completing thoughts right now. I'm in a very vulnerable state for having complete thoughts. Essentially, my thoughts are going to be very incomplete because I don't know. I've just been really scatterbrained. Like there's just a lot going on, but but you know what? The whole point of today is just to take it easy, have a chill work day, working on stuff. So we're gonna start rig up audio modulation device so the tools just float in midair. Aw, that sounds like work, man. That sounds like more work than what I'm doing. We all have those scattered brained moments. Yeah. So that's gonna be this is gonna be my 7-inch mark for the cleat. So that's gonna be my first piece. And then for this guy, I should mark out. Wow, I grabbed a completely separate tape measure. So that's going to be my backing board. Let's see here. Can I get another 7 inches out of this piece? Yes, I can. The answer is yes, I can. Cool. So, I need 5 pieces of wood. That's 1, that's 2. This one, my third, this will get cut into smaller pieces. And there's a reason why I'm wanting to mark all these out beforehand, and the reason is I'm using my dust collection today. So when I actually fire up the table saw and I start making cuts, I'm going to mute the mic because, yeah, things are going to get loud. And I also have to be smart And the smart thing is I have to mark these boards right. Because I have to mark them in such a way where my mark is towards... Thank you for protecting our eardrums. I know just the table saw alone gets pretty loud for you guys, but when I'm going to be running my dust collection, which you can... Actually, wait a second. Here. That's the dust collection setup for the table saw, which... So I've got a shop vac... Well, I've got a... Wait a second. Where's my pointer? I need a pointer. So I've got the Cyclone. That's basically the first thing that takes... And it's hooked up to a 5-gallon bucket. It holds most of the material. And then I have the shop vac. And then the shop vac just draws in a lot of the finer stuff. The Cyclone separator just means I don't have to empty my shop vac or worry about the shop vac's air filter. And then I have that set up on a remote. And that allows me to turn it on and off at a distance, because that setup is way over there and I'm over here. But yeah, that's dust collection. Oh yeah, that's loud, yeah. So that plus this is lots of noise, which is a reason why I've also brought my hearing protection today. So I have a great deal of machines making noise, which machine noise is very much real and very much does create hurt. What? Let's see, that's 1.25 inches. So we'll do 1 inch. Well, it's actually 1 inch 3/4. I can't hear you. I don't know, probably because I was facing away from the mic. Or you couldn't hear me over the absolute incredible noise of my machinery. So, with those series of marks, I should be able to get a couple pieces of material. Now, I am going to have to cut some of these down. Because some of this material we're going to do in strips, but those are rip cuts. And for rip cuts, we're going to be doing those with the fence, which is the thing that goes on this side. I have the miter gauge here now because the series of cuts I've just laid out are called cross cuts. Which, that's a real nice thing with cedar here for me, is it's very easy. You guys, we can all see the grain direction. So when you're cutting along the grain, that's called a rip cut. But when you go across the grain, that's a cross cut. So for cross cutting at the table saw, miter gauge is generally the go-to. There's also dedicated cross cut sleds. I literally built a cross cut sled on stream way back when. And yeah, I built it and I haven't used it ever since. So, I am going to don hearing protection and enjoy the BGM because I'm going to activate a lot of sound. And we're back. We're back. And thank you, Miter Saw Gauge, for your service. Thank you very much. Now, we gotta determine some aspects of our build. So, I'm thinking for our backing board, I kind of want to go with, I don't know, part of me wants to worry about which one will look prettiest, but we'll go with that one. That will be our backing board. Now, so that is 2 of our 5 pieces. So for our next piece, I'm thinking, so this will be the piece that will be holding the spade bits. So this one, I'm trying to think about how much material I want. Because this is the thing with spade bits. This is my beefiest spade bit. It's big, but it's light. It's light. Not a lot of weight to it. So, and with more weight, I kind of want to think more thickness. So I'm really thinking about maybe, because this is also the widest bit. It's 1 inch. I'm thinking if I do 1.5 inches, that gives me 1/4 of room on either side of the bit. I think I should go up to 1.75 inches, and then that gives me like basically 1/3, roughly, on either side. It gives me a little bit more wiggle room versus 1/4 inch. So I think 1.25 inches is the way to go for the first one. And then this is the part where we might actually get some pretty. Oh wait, I don't need that position. I need to move the fence up to this position. There we go. That's going to be that position there. So we lock the fence in. So I'm actually really thinking about if I do the 1.75 inches for these guys, I'll be left with like 4.25 inches material. I wonder if I want to go with that for the, basically use the offcut from this guy to be one of my pieces for the other one, or if I want to do 4 inches. What I think I'll do is we'll figure out our distance, and we'll just kind of take a look. We'll look a little bit. Oh, yeah, that's the reason why I don't use you too often. You don't really lock well for me. Okay. So let's get your measure in like there. Bring our piece of wood in. So I'm going to be using the offcut. So this is going to be the work piece. This is the piece I'm going to send through table saw. And then afterwards, we're going to evaluate whether or not this piece is good enough. Great. My gripper fits in between those. I found the grinder and had just enough cutting wheel to cut a big steel mesh thing, getting closer to building the shed foundation. Yes, I'm slow, especially grow season. Hey, at least you sound like a guy who's actually taking care of your garden. Because guess what? I am not taking care of my garden. My garden is a mess. It is a travesty. It's terrible. It's really, really, really terrible. So, since I am... So, since this is going to be one quick cut with the table saw, Actually, you know what? We're going to just keep going with the process that we've been doing. So, audio off. And audio back. Don't you just love quickly executed cuts? So, oh yeah, that's a cute, oh man, that is a cute looking little piece of wood right there. One plant is real bad with branches, gotta trim a bunch off the bottom. And I wish I could have small simple problems like that. Okay, cool, great. So, this piece right here, perfect, 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 perfect. Now, this, what I want to, because here's the thing, I want there to be a bit of a good gap between, because essentially, this is how it's going to go with, because we're going to have these guys here floating in space. So I need to have a gap for these guys to float. Then I need to have the actual auger bits. Now, looking at this kind of just mocked up like this, I'm thinking 4 inches is a bit much. Well, for this guy, it's not actually 4, it's a bit more than 4. Yeah, it's like 4 1/4. So I'm thinking, honestly, I'm thinking 3 1/2. I think 3 1/2 would be really good. So, the good thing about 3 1/2, actually, let me. So what I'm going to do is just bring my fence. Ooh, that's really close. Then, the point where there's a tooth. Press in, pop out. And then right there, not sure if you guys can see it. Oh, yeah. That spot's a tooth mark. And with that there, I bring my tape measure in to confirm where I'm set up at. So, now, is my grip ripper 3 1/2? No, it's not. So, for this one, I have to offset it a bit. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Oh, and what I am going to do for this is I'm going to send this piece I have set up, and then I'm going to grab this guy, and then I'm going to send this guy afterwards, and then that will give us our 2 pieces of lumber. So, I'm going to grab my hearing protection. I got hearing protection. And sorry guys, volume off. Woo! Holy guacamole! There we go. So we have that. So this part was just at the edge of the tree when this board was cut. That's a nice solid piece of scrap right there. So, we've got ourselves two pieces that are of, just noticing, very different length. Like off by like quarter. Actually, this one's, wow, this bottom one's actually like a 1/4 inch too long, but you know what? I think I'll just leave it. Like, it's not really gonna impact the project a whole lot. Like, oh, that's great. So, what we now have are 5 pieces for our assembly. And I'm also gonna just, put table saw, I'm gonna put the table saw down. I'm gonna have it go down. Because I want it to be out of the way. Because we're now gonna be, we're gonna switch things up a little bit at this point. And I'm gonna try and stay on top of my water. So, I need these guys to come back to me. Because these guys, we got a real important job coming up. And this is actually the part of the, this is the part of the thing that actually excites me, because we're gonna be using the drill press. So, let's see here. I'll step back. Does my tracking still work? Ah! Whoa, what do you know? Look at that. We still got tracking. So, I think... Here we go. Behold. Drill press coon. Oh, wait. Mike's on the other side of the drill press, though. Ooh-wee. Okay. So, I need 1 volunteer out of my paddle bits. Stay. Then, I need a tape measure. I need to figure out this shaft's thickness, which is a bit more than 1/4. I'll say it's pretty close to 5/16. Now, this is also kind of the tricky part. And the reason I say this is the tricky part is because I gotta set holes in here for those bits. But I also have to consider the offset of the spades. So, my game plan is... Actually, yeah, I should... Whoa! Oh, man. Sounds like this, I'm glad I'm a low ambition VTuber. Okay. You're the bit that didn't fall out? What? Wow. So, what I want to do... Oh. Webcam? That's weird. Webcam just died. Okay, let's try and... It just froze. Wait. I don't have... Okay. GoPro. Sometimes I love you. Camera network error. Okay. And then sometimes it will act up if I bump it certain ways. Granted, I also... Oh... Maybe. Possibly. That is... fascinating. Okay, wait a second. Because GoPro is picking up at the camera. But here, it's not working. I don't have access to TV. Okay. Oh, good evening, Dad's Old Shop. I have bumped the GoPro and made it angry. But for some reason, it seems like my issues with the... Windows is like, we don't recognize your camera you just plugged in. So we'll give it a nice little turn off. And... Actually, wait a second. You done messed up. GoPro gonna make you go night-night. I wish GoPro. Oh. Connected to this computer malfunction and Windows does not recognize it. I guess Windows is angry with me. Ah, come on. But it's weird because the GoPro is actually charging. But for some reason, the GoPro never likes it when I use my extender cables. Because I have, like, extension USB cables for, like, stuff like today in my shop. Versus, like, the campfire cooking stream. Ah, okay, interesting. Now I have camera connection error. So it's like, Windows recognizes it now. I just wish it wouldn't act up if I just bumped a cable. But, I don't want to take a photo, GoPro. I want you to turn off. Oh yeah, those are rough. I have to use powered ones of super high spec for my webcam. See, that's the thing. I actually used really nice, or at least I thought I was buying like nice USB 3 cables. And yeah, I just don't know how. Oh, damn it. Okay, I'm yelling too much. I need water. Granted, this was also like... This was like my big like pre-stream issue was getting the GoPro to connect to OBS, because if I connect the GoPro before I've booted everything up, like if I first start everything up, works every time like a charm. And then if I turn the GoPro off, because I don't want the battery to die, and then I turn it back off, it does things. It does things. So, yeah, I'm sorry I use finicky technology, but I do. It looks so much nicer, other than when I move too much and things get a little pixelated. But otherwise, the picture quality is so much better. Okay. Yay, we can get back on target. So, what I should be doing now... Hello, Harry, welcome in. Hello, how's it going, Sugi? Today will be fantastic. if my GoPro cannot act up for the rest of the stream, because I literally just got the camera working when you came in. Otherwise, the project stuff's going great. It's just... the GoPro has been giving me such an issue. Wait a second. Is there a better... Wait, there is a better tool for doing what I think I want to do. I need to grab a better tool. My better tool. Better tool! Wait. Oh, you're locked behind bench. No. Workbench won't let me have my tool. But yeah, better tool, better tool, better tool. I like better tool. Oh. What better tool is going to allow me to do is... Oh no, what a convenient time to shill a Throne account for your new GoPro. I am personally uncomfortable with the idea of strangers on the internet buying me stuff. Especially considering the fact that we're a very, like, we're a lowbrow production around here. That's actually not centered. Why is that not centered? Oh, wait, because that's inch. Because the length of my board is 1.75". I need to go up to 5/8". But yeah, I'm trying to mark the center. I'm trying to get a center line on this piece of wood so that way I can start putting holes in it. So with that, just bring that along. One center line done. Remember, folks, use the right tool for the right job. Also, you know what? Hey, I love the cool two-tone colors on the wood. Ah, yes. So, this lighter color, that's the sapwood for the tree. And then the darker color, that is the heartwood for the tree. Also, this is cedar, Eastern red cedar. When it's reasonably freshly cut and hasn't been exposed to too much light, it looks very purpley, purple reddish. But with UV exposure and a little bit of oxidation, it will actually oxidize down to this brown color. It's very pretty to work with, but smells even better. It's 2:10, so I'm sleepy watching again. Well, hello and welcome in, Clippy. We're at the drill press. Bros out there sniffing wood every day. Every day, wood must be smelled. Yesterday, I did a fair amount of wood chopping while watching Zerzon's stream. I wish it stayed purple. Clippy, I wish it stayed purple too. It is beautiful lumber when freshly cut. When freshly cut, Eastern red cedar is beautiful. But unfortunately, beautiful things don't last forever, so that's my center line cut. Now, I have to determine the spacing. So these are this is the packaging for my paddle bits. And I'm going to use the packaging to determine where I want to drill my holes. Just like my ex-wife. Have you ever made wood ice cream like the Beaver Man? No, but my sister has shown me those videos, and I should make sassafras ice cream, because I do have some sassafras lumber. Even purple heart doesn't stay purple. Yeah, the wood colors don't always stay pretty wood colors. It's really sad. Actually, wait a second. Since we actually got a fair bit of you guys in, let me show you... Wait. There we go. That's what the front of the drill press stand. That's what it looks like. I got that done yesterday. Wait, wood ice cream Beaver Man? Just in the trees do that. Yeah. I think that's the guy my sister showed me was... Wood ice cream would have so much fiber. And thank you, Dad's Little Chop. It was interesting getting those drawer faces on. It was exceedingly interesting getting those drawer faces on. So, I need to figure out spacing. So, I want to put 5 holes in this block of wood. And let's see what sort of spacing. Actually, wait a second. Ooh! You know what? Let's make my life easy. I have a 7-inch piece of wood. I have 5 bits to put into it. We'll just use a 1-inch spacing. That's easy. That's easy mode. The guy who makes tree ice cream must be a large beaver and cannot convince me otherwise. Oh, nice. So we'll do inch, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll come out to 5 1/4. Just for the last paddle bit. So that gets me my holes. That gets me my holes. That gets me my spacing. That's easy part done. Well, actually, no. That's actually the hard part done. That's the hard part done. Now I got to figure out the correct Fastener bit. I think I settled on 5/16 for these. Do I want to do 5/16? Nah, we'll do 3/8. We'll do 3/8. 3/8 will give us a little bit of wiggle room. Oh, wow, you're just a little boy. Look at that tiny little Fastener bit. I want to make tree ice cream, but I don't know which tree is... what trees are poisonous. Oh, okay. It's a really small drill bit, actually. Do I want to go with the Fastener bit? Or do I just want to go ahead and chuck a 3/8 in it? Honestly, you know what? I actually have an actual drill bit. So, we'll go with the DeWalt. And one of the fun features of some of the DeWalt drill bits is they'll have this little step. There's a see how there's a little bit of extra drill bit past the actual shaft? That is an actual unique feature of the DeWalt drill bits. Actually, wait a second here. Let's get ourselves in a little bit more comfy of a position. And now I gotta put a drill bit into this and hope I remembered which way to spin it. Because I haven't used the... It's been a while since I've used the drill press. You must be really tired because I think you're swaying. Nah. Because I'm scatterbrained. Been tackling way too many projects. Ooh. Ooh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Now, I want to take this table, and I want to bring it up. Oh, let's see. Let's do this. That loosens that up. And I just want to get to the point where I don't have to do as much travel. And this is really like the biggest thing with like power tools is like power tools are powerful. But they also take like they take more setup than a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Now, I think I'm actually I'm gonna get you guys a hair higher. Ooh. Wait, did I get you guys higher or not? No. We're gonna get you guys up there in the world. We're You're moving up in the world, guys. You guys are getting up into your... Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Yay, I get to do... So, another reason why I like doing these types of projects is... It gives me an excuse to bust out the drill press, and... I love my drill press so much. I love my drill press so... This tool has definitely been the best shop upgrade I've gotten. I have a nice Yu-Gi-Oh deck, and its whole point is making the game more understandable. That is incredibly wholesome. That is so incredibly wholesome. So, I am going to line that up. I'm going to move this over. Cool. Let's press a button. Let's drill a hole. Well, that was exciting. I think what happened is I let go. Stops all monster effects from working on my non-effect monsters? Wow. Okay. But yeah, also, power tools, dangerous. So, for this next one, I'm gonna go with a much more firmer grip. Blue eyes go burr! Oh yeah, good old blue eyes. Oh, okay. I realized what happened last time. What happened on that last one was when it went through, it shifted this piece a touch over and caused it to grab onto the side of the bit. That was my issue. No drill press clamps? Sugi, my man! Well, funny enough, I have this guy, but he's still in his box, and I haven't bothered to bring him out. I'm just raw dogging this. Just watered the strawberries and trimmed a weed plant. Spock, just because you have a nicer garden than me doesn't mean you have to flex on me like that. Which, by the way, Mr. Spock has a nicer garden than me. Because he actually takes care of his. And contact. Yep. And that's drugs by the strawberries? No, I don't. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You have... But yeah, that's actually the thing I've really got to watch out for, is when the drill bit goes through, it does things. It does things. And it makes it really makes this thing want to hurt me, which... You know what I say? Bring it on. Yeah. Yeah, it's like every time when it goes through. Wait a second. the most recent hole? Wait a second. Okay, so it's not like it's looking very pink. Yes, that is the power. Install that before you start doing metal work. Oh god! Oh dearie! Oh dearie, that would hurt. If you pilot hole them, come through the other side with the bit should help limit the grip. Yeah. Or it could just live with it. You know? Granted, I also think there's a little bit of flex. Live it out is an option. Hey, you know what they say. Live, laugh, deal with it. But hey, I don't know how... One of the holes got really wonky on me, but... Let's see how it holds. Look! Oh, wait a second. That's 5/8. 5/8, you go there. Oh. Oh man, that's great. Granted, that makes sense. The 3/8 does not hold in the 3/8 hole. I didn't think the shaft sizes would be different, but I think, well, actually, I'm pretty sure there's... Please don't get bloody mutilated. I won't be able to sleep if you do, and it's already 12:38. Well, I'm pretty sure something I can do about this. Well, actually, funny enough, I actually think there's technically a solution built into it. Another thing, if that drill bit can go further in the chuck, that might help reduce deflection. We'll see. I haven't had issues out of the Fastener bits. So, loosen you up. Woo! Drill bit. Now, we're going to the next piece of wood. Now this one, now we're doing the bigger boys. These are the bigger boys. We have a lot more. We have 7 of these bits. Now, this is the 1/4. The 1/4 might give me some issues. Because it's the same size as the shaft, it does not... Yeah, Fasteners don't have the lifting geometry standard bits do, so deflection doesn't usually raise up the piece. Yeah, I think that's also the reason why that was lifting up, because I've typically been using Fastener bits in the drill press. I haven't really been using my standard drill bits. Okay, so... The 1/4 3/8 don't have ledges. Whereas the auger bits 1/2 up will have a catch. I want an outfit made with this wood. Its grain and color are beautiful. Yeah, it is very beautiful wood. So, I got like a suit of armor. Oh, a pink knight. That would be cool. So, let's go ahead and figure out our depth. So, this first block Or those narrow ones. Wait, for the narrow ones. Oh. I'm thinking for the narrow ones. The game plan should be... I'm kind of thinking, after I drill the hole, take a small little bit of piece of wood like this, and glue it at the bottom. Like, drill the hole straight through, and then this will be a catch. Maybe. That'll cause the bits to stick up a little bit higher. They won't, like, hang out. What do I want to do here? Yeah, it's stupid that Dare used the strawberry patch through the fair. Sometimes they clip down the strawberry leaves, get a decoy apple tree on one side, and a strawberry patch. If you're doing all that, might as well blind hole it. Blind hole it? Wait. You mean, like, not drill all the way through? Yes, okay. That might be the best option. The only issue... That's another thing I want to think about, though. Is... my shanks do change in size. Because quarter's quarter, 3/8 is 3/8. And I don't know if they get bigger than 3/8 at this level. Because I've actually got to drill... No, they stay 3/8. Okay, so... if I do 3/8 for 6 of the 7 shafts, I'm good, but one of them has to be smaller. Which actually we might go ahead and switch up to the Fastener bit, because the Fastener bit will also do a better job of not trying to kill me. Gotta rethink their path and wrangle them away from the garden. So... I'm thinking... we'll do a little bit more than an inch. We'll go to... 1 inch. Well... now we'll do 1.5 inches, because this is 3.5 inches thick. Because this... so we've got... there's going to be 2 pieces. I just thought... to ask something here I wanted info on. How many people here have a landline? I do not. If the shank's 3/8, you might want to think about 7/16 to give the bits room to avoid getting clamped if the wood moves. I would trap them, but the neighbors would see me do it. I don't know, like... so, the thing is with your idea, Dazzle Chop, is this is 3/8 and it's pretty clean moving right now. I mean, granted, that is also right now today. But hey, you know what? Let me see if I got 7/16. Probably. Okay, so in Fastener bits, I don't have 7/16. Yeah, because all my bits just go straight up to 1/2 from 3/8. So I do not have... oh gosh. Ah, I may have done a similar to this. It ended up with stuck bits. Okay. So, this is actually kind of sort of the game plan. Please excuse my terrible drawing. So, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of what I want to do. This top piece is going to be for the PAL bits. I don't have one, but the mobile network went out and I realized a single person I can't call for help. I tried to call emergency services and couldn't. Yikes. I mean, for me, I just don't want to pay the financial expense for a landline. So, getting down to these two boards. Did you use AI for the diagram, Sugi? No, I made it myself. It looks worse than what an AI would do. So, the lower board here is going to be drilled for the shanks. And then the upper board is going to be drilled for the actual shafts of the auger bits. Because the auger bits are more beefy, I want to use 2 pieces of wood to... I want to have 2 pieces of wood just to, like, kind of hold things, so... You only get charged for non-emergency calls. Oh, okay. I like as the only measure. Well, that's actually like the size of this piece of material. I was trying to determine the width of my boards, and the width of this cardboard was 7 inches. So I was like, okay, 7 inches gives me plenty of wiggle room to store all my bits. And my boards were... Woodworking. I wasn't intending to make joke, but joke just happened because my lumber is natively 6 inches in width. So I was just like, okay, well, 7 inches gives me plenty of room to store my bits. And then my lumber just happened to be like 6 inches in width. So, essential. And going back to what I was trying to talk about earlier, is I feel like I would have a fair amount of pull. Also, with this setup, the bottom of, well, actually I didn't do this to scale, but there will be enough drill bit hanging out the bottom to where I could tap it with a hammer, if things get to that point. So, I don't want to fully discredit you, Dad's old shop, but if you can make a mistake, guess what? I can make that mistake too. Why does it look like a concerned cartoon duck? Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. I guess I just got lucky. That's just how it turned out. Also, I wonder if the drill speed was a little bit high. Or was I actually going in the wrong direction? I should have been. There we go. That's the thing with the Fostner bits. Gotta give them a nice little tug turn. Okay. That's the bit installed. I need to get my center line. Oh. No, discredit me. I could be 3 ducks in a trench coat just cracking lies on the internet. Oh, come on, Dad's old shop. Don't sell yourself short. You could be 4 ducks in a trench coat telling lies on the internet. Also, this is a very inefficient way of doing it, but this is where the camera's pointed, and this is where I gotta work. This is the curse. I swear, being a woodworking VTuber is just cursed. Okay. That is a straight line. That will help me get all my ducks in a row. Thank you, Dad's Old Shop. I wish I was those ducks. They wouldn't have to go to work meetings. That could be emails. Oh no. Don't be getting real on us, Dad. What did we do to deserve this? Okay. I need to mark these guys out. And I want to do so in a manner assuming I have a brain. That's an assumption. To be a duck with no responsibility, only peas and being cute. The ones with the bottom strong and twos is the middleman carrying. Three's pretending not to be the ducks in the trench coat. Okay, so at the half-inch mark, that's gonna be a quarter. Did we just assume you have a brain? Holy Well, yes, you assumed brain. I'm VTuber. VTuber doesn't have brains. Like, hasn't that already been, like, scientifically proven at this point? 3/8 I'll put at inch. So that gives me, like, a half inch of space between them. That should work out. Now, moving up, I want to give slightly more space, so we'll do inch and 3/4. So you runs off an ID5 processor. Wait, what do I have in my? What? Do I have an ID5 in my machine? Do I? Actually, wait a second. No, I can't do that. Oh gosh, I'm on Windows 11. I can't. You know what? Just because of that, and because I don't know if I have an i5 or an i7 in this computer. I have to go dig through some boxes. I run off an i7! VTubers' brains work different. Best for Texas, good for cursed knowledge. But yes, I run on an Intel Core i7. Now you know. Oh, dearie. That's actually a good. Okay, that's actually a good processor. Well. Okay. So, my friend spec'd out this computer for me back in early 2014. No, 2024. Blech. Because I first started streaming off my old laptop. And my old laptop made old angry computer noises when I streamed. And that was doing webcam streaming like I'm doing right here. And now. Okay, now let's bump up our spacing to 3/4. Or, I don't know, what's our next bit? What's the next auger bit? Probably like half. Yeah. Okay. And then let's just go full inch for next. Actually, no. Let's just do, yeah. Do full inch. And then, let's see. That's literally half the board. I don't know. Stick things arbitrarily, Sugi. Oh, wait a second. Nope, that's probably not a good line. Let's go to 4.5. 4.5. And then this will be 6. That's good. There we go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Must be beer break time. No! I should not be doing beers right now. The idea VTubers don't have brain is common misconception stemming from the misunderstanding that having brain equals intelligence. In reality, many VTubers have brain, but they're only filled with memes. Yeah. Oh gosh. Do I have an eraser? Now, I'm not even gonna bother to look for an eraser. We're just squiggles. So we're gonna ignore Jedi mind trick, beer break. Beer break. Oh come on, how far? Oh come on, we're barely 2 hours into stream. It's not time for a beer break just yet. So, I have holes. I gotta skip this guy because this guy's gonna be a quarter. This is gonna be my 3/8. So this one I only want to go like so far down. And then the rest will be through cuts. Actually, wait a second. Let's be better. Let's be better garage dwellers. Let's read the manual. And the manual for speed settings. I'm curious to what the speed settings are. Okay. Oh! That might have also been a reason why it was grabbing. I want to stay, but 12:40 is definitely a bit later than I should be up watching Wood streams. Well, Clippy, you have a wonderful night, and I hope you dream of much pink wood. But yeah, so yeah, with 3/8, I want 2,000 RPMs for my drill bit speed. Oh wait, that's, yeah, twice. Oh, but for, oh yeah, actually I want 2,000 for the Fostner bit. Okay. So, let's get ready to drilly a hole. And let us increase the RPMs. Also, the piece of wood's bigger, so this will help me hold it. Ooh, really close, really close, really close. Oh, a bit too much. Back up, back up, back up. Oh, I'm so perfect, but. Okay, so the goal is to not drill all the way through. Oh no! I didn't drill all the way through. But you know what? That holds that. Do not drill all the way through. Don't worry, we're good. We're good. We're very successful woodworkers. Oh, wait. Wait. I actually just used up all... That is actually the limit of the travel. So for those who don't know what travel is, that is the distance that that bit can move. Isn't there a stopper thing on the drill press so you don't go all the way through? Yes, there is a depth setting. But for me, I actually want to go all the way through on all these other holes. So this one, this one, this one, that one. I want to go through on these. So I need to add another block to raise it up so I can drill through. That's it, Lil Ziggy with the correct term. And look at that, that's a hole! It's a hole! And another one! Put a dowel in it. Woohoo! And actually, the chip out really wasn't too bad. Not actually a too terrible bad bit of chip out. So it's funny because the 3/8 actually just sort of sits there, but thing is, the 3/8 will actually not get stuck simply because of that hex. Now I want to see. So now it's holy. Yes! Yes! You get it. Amen. But yeah, I'm thinking I might actually want to do something about... Because I want these to fall through reasonably easy, but it's taking a fair bit of work to... How can I make these small holes slightly bigger? I don't know. I can always build it and then make the holes bigger. I mean, what I could do is take a 1/4-inch dowel, wrap some sandpaper in it, and then spin it in the holes and slightly widen them. And hello and welcome in, Zerzon. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. I'm putting holes in wood, because these holes in wood are gonna hold bits for me. Granted, originally I was thinking about... Actually, wait a second. Let's get my big concern. My big concern here. You know what? You know what? That's solid. That's solid. It holds. I think using 2 pieces of wood was overkill. I want to get more of these guys on here. I mean, so we had one volunteer just fall through, but I mean, okay, they'll eventually wiggle through. But it's a bit holder, though. Kind of. I don't know how I feel. Part of me is, very interested in just sending it. Which, you know what? We're nearly 2 hours in. Let's send it. So, now if we're sending it, that means we're done at drill press. Which is good because, woo, that was 2 hours must be beer break time. Okay, Mr. Spock, at the 2 hour mark, just for you, I'll crack open a cold one. But we're not at the 2 hour mark just yet, so. Actually, let's put those there. Okay. So I think we're actually at a point where we can actually assemble this. I do actually, wait a second. I have to put a 1/4-inch hole for the 1/4-inch auger bit. So, stay. Pop, 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 pop. Wait. Oh no, okay, good. I did buy a 1/4. I actually ruined the original 1/4 that was in this bit set. I ruined it. When I was drilling was it mahogany? No, when I was drilling the Brazilian redwood for the plane handle that I was making, that I eventually decided glue was good enough. And was just like, okay, I'm just gonna go with glue. So we're just gonna drill ourselves a quick little hole here. So I don't want to go through. Oh wow. Oh nice. That drill bit is so sharp. I like a good sharp drill bit. Oh no. It's fine, it's fine. Let's see. Oh wow. Don't do it, Sugi. See? Look. It holds it. It holds it and holds it pretty well, actually. You actually have to twist the drill bit out. So it might need a touch widening. And my 5/16 is missing. So let's see here. Don't do this at home, kids. So doing some off-camera action. There we go. Yeah, that's better. So it's still nice and sturdy. Not too much wiggles, but pops out a lot better. So That is good for that. So that is a full suite of holes for that. So I now got to figure out how I wish to build, how I wish to construct. How do I wish to attach these bits of woods together? That's the fun part. Which we do have the duck diagram, and I will be following the duck diagram to an extent, but it will not be... I won't be beholden to it. So, for the cleat assembly system, this facing the table saw top is going to be the back of the French cleat wall. So with that, actually wait a second. If that's the back, actually I actually need to flip it. With my reasoning being, actually, you know what? Yeah, because that's how that's going to look. But I do want to hide my fasteners, so. And also, to reinforce it, our good old buddy glue. I like my buddy glue. He's a good buddy. He's helped me out in quite a few dire pinches. Okay, so we'll just push that on. And then we're gonna... And what I was doing there is I was using my fingers to make sure all my edges were flush. My edges are flush. Time to pre-drill some holes for some screws. So that's 2 holes for 2 screws, but I am going to be sticking with... Actually, wait a second. Well, I have caught myself at a very opportune moment because I can't quite do that just yet. The reason being is this guy. Because this guy's got to get installed first. Because what I need to do, actually, is I need to make this connection happen. And I can't make that connection happen before I do other things. Because, well, then I'm going to just be sitting here being very angry with myself. So, what I'm going to do... that number to... So I want it to be kind of like a 1/4 inch. Actually, you know what? There's easier ways, I think. It's just I have covered everything in glue in my life. I got eager beaver, man. That's what happens when you get eager beaver. When you get eager beaver, you make dumb mistakes. So there we go. So put this. There's glue. There's glue under there, man. So, where did I put my pencil? I had a marking pencil. And I've lost it. Ah. true sign that you do too much work is that you need more. You need more wood marking pencils in your life. Okay. So I need to give myself a little bit more room with my fence. Bring this guy in. And it would be a lot easier if I could just have that sitting on the desk. The top of this, but I can't because, well, I foobarred myself immensely. So. But I do have a couple of good lines that I can use to line this up. Then I'm gonna grab this, and now I get to drill. Oh, we're gonna do now. I am gonna be a little bit a touch more aggressive here. Also, I do wish to upgrade my screws because these are 1.5 inches. I want to up those to 2 because I want more screw going into this material. To better support it. I mean, this is the paddle bit board, so it doesn't need a ton. You know what? We'll actually just go with the 1.5 inches because the 2-inch screws would actually get into the where the holes are, and I don't want that. That's another thing to manage. And for what was supposed to, for a chill project, I want to keep things chill, man. Wait a second. What am I? I can live with that. Live with that, I shall. But I want that drip. I want that bit more in there. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do, and this is the reason why I only did the one. I'm gonna do that until it's level. And I can flip it around to the other side. And then do the other side, which actually for the other side, I actually have a lot more room here. So I could do a 2-inch in this one. Good. I desire. Which I think I will. Which I think I will actually go for the 2-inch just because I have the room to make the option work. Okay. Get in here. Wow. It drilled in there. It held. It's level. But it does stick out, but that's kind of like a whatevers. Now, one of the funny things, so this is actually Type Bond number 3. One of the benefits of Type Bond number 3 is it has what's called a long tack time. It gives you a fair amount of time to actually work with the glue before the glue fully sets. So that was another reason why I was really okay with my brief distraction, if you will. But since I already have everything pre-drilled, should be pretty good. There we go, for one. And for two. So that's the cleat mounted. Now, Mr. Spock, I owed you a beer break. I'm going to do a beer break, so let me go grab a beer. Okay. So I've got myself English Golden Ale. So, cheers. That's good beer, though. That's really good beer. So, for this guy, you can notice that the holes are closer to one side, but further away on the other. There's a reason for that. The reason being, because that's just how I want to mount them. What I want to do, we're just going to go ahead and use that board we had from earlier. That will be a spacer board. But I want these to be an inch off. Ooh. This is going to be a tight assembly. What may have to be done at some point is I might have to trim the top one a little bit shorter. Or, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just the guy in the garage having fun. And actually, I have enough material to actually work with the 2-inch, but I think the 2-inch screws didn't like biting with the tooth, with the other drill bit I was pre-drilling with, so we'll go down to 1/8 drill bit for the 2-inch screws. And that will give us a little bit more flexibility there. Well, it'll just be tighter. Also, will probably go ahead and install 3 screws. Because if I go with 3, it'll be good and tight. So, it's one side of the world. Move to the other side of the world. Make sure we're reasonably flush. Everything. And then we'll switch out the drill bits and we'll go for the next one. Beer? Oh, God. So, my ring light had a white cover. Yeah. That white cover very much bit the dust during my last campfire cooking stream because I was cleaning up after stream and the ring light fell off its perch and yeah, the ring light took a tumble into the fire pit and now I don't have that ring light cover anymore. Because it got burned really good, so. The ring light still works, it's just, it doesn't have that diffuser cover, and it's like, I literally just looked up and just got like an eyeball full of LED ring light. Oh, don't worry, Zerzon. Not the first time I've destroyed a one of my streaming tools with fire. There we go. And I'm actually really surprised I did not get any top or bottom splits outs. Now, there may be a slight rut-row raggy here. And the slight rut-row raggy is, I think, these holes aren't far enough out. I thought I put them a bit far enough out, but you know what? Oh wait. Oh, sweet, that's actually sitting there. That's actually got a little bit of nice looseness to it. So, let's go ahead and fill this in. So that's our half. And so funny enough, so here's the thing, the whole 3/8 fits all the way through. In a happy accident, the 3/8 is fine. Now, this is the part that I really gotta drink my beer on. We're gonna install these auger bits. And we're gonna see how far we get. Okay. Quarter fits. I think 3/8 will. And 3/8 fits and 3/8 fits barely. And that's the issue. Is my profile. So, I have a couple of options here. Option 1 is I can cut this shorter, or I can just re-drill my holes further out, which I need to tape measure. Did you know the estate of John Auger gets wait, 47 cents for every auger bit sold? What? Nice. Good for him. So to accommodate my largest auger bit, the source, I made it up. Nice. I like those sorts. So actually, if we just come further out with our drill, actually, how far out is that? To 3/4. So if we just come out to 3/4, not 3/4. And pretty much re-drill all the 3/8 holes, we're good. We're golden. Granted, I do like how the quarter fits. Quarter fits real nicely. So, you know what? I'm feeling a little bit mammally right now. And I know some of you are probably like, oh no, Sugi's feeling mammally right now. That's probably not a good sign. And you're correct. See, if you used AI for your diagram, this would not be happening. Honestly, if I actually used an actual program to actually sketch it out first, it would have been better. Whoa! How much? Oh, I don't have that. But you know what? That's also like a thing with like projects like this is like you can honestly just like screw around. Like you don't have to be like millimeter accurate. You can just like mess around with it. I mean, I did do myself the favor of having enough lumber here to where if I bring it out, I'm good. Actually, yeah. Ooh, that is a brilliant idea that I have ruined. I need to take these bits out. Which these bits actually need to come out for what I'm doing, because I am feeling froggy enough to actually finish this project on stream. Even though I'm usually at the point where I want to wrap things up, but gosh darn it, there are 6 3/8 holes standing between me and the project done, so I'm gonna make those 3/8 holes happen. Actually, yeah, for this one, we're gonna move this guy over. I actually want this hole to come a bit further this way. Because the space in between these two guys was a little bit tight when I was kind of playing with things. But you know what this will do for this project in the end? It will make it more holy. And the best part of that is I wasn't the first person to make that joke on stream today. Whoa. There we go. Yes. Yep. Okay. Holy driver. You bring to the long in the midnights. In the midnight seas. Ah. Cool. My job. My fun thing I get to figure out is how to have this hole assemble on the drill press when I do the drilly the hole. Now, I know normally you guys get to see me fiddle and mess with and maybe consider the merits of maybe doing a different style of content, but, well, seeing me question my life decisions as I figure it out. Oh, that's how I want to do it, right? Question mark? Question mark? Bueller. Bueller. Actually, how many people... I know Dad's Old Shop will get Bueller. Ah, man. Drill press, you're just covered in sawdust. How did that happen? It's like you're in a wood shop. Oh no! That's all the wood. That's all the room I've got. Oh shoot. Last time this happened, GoPro died. GoPro good? You happy, buddy? Are you gonna be okay? Okay. Let's drill holes. Whoop! Maybe he used to go do a kickflip or a snowboard or something. No! Don't appease the GoPro. Don't stoop to its level. Okay, we're halfway there. Oh no! The Bon Jovi song! Oh, we're halfway there. Oh. Oh! Oh man, so you see that pink? Let me show you what that pink means. It means we got a textured design. On the drill press, the drill press decided to leave a personal mark on the project of its own volition. Which I'm not opposed to. Oh. Whoops. Well, there's a thought that's going to eventually get completed, and when the thought gets completed, you guys are going to be like, darn it, Sugi. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This has been... It's been a journey. Tonight has been a journey. A fun one. Full of learning, adventures, theater, sawdust, hacking up pieces of lung. That's what hacking up pieces of lung sounds like. You've heard it here first. Let's see. You're half. You're 3/8. You're 7/8. which really glad I moved that hole over for spacing. And my final auger bit. Bada bang, bada boom. Actually. There it is. It's not perfect. It's not great. But you know what? It works. I should have actually I should have mounted this board lower. And I might eventually do so, because I kind of have to get through the spikies of those to get to my paddle bits. Now, granted, I could also disassemble this, and I can raise this piece up three-quarters of an inch. So, but as far as like the height differential here, it's not like real terrible. It's not really bad. Like, I've done much worse on projects. But for farting around in a shop on a Thursday evening, today has definitely been a plenty successful day. We've got the fire poker. It's on the French cleat wall. And now I have all these bits and bobs that will go on the French cleat wall. I have used my dust collection on stream. So that is a notch in the personal victory belt. So overall, today was a good day. 2.5 hours in. Not too long, not too short. Good day. Let's see. What do I want to do? Honestly, I know exactly what I want to do. And that is, my brain's been kind of like scattered like marbles on floors, so I think I'm probably going to go ahead and call it for tonight. So I want to say big thanks to tuning in. We got ourselves a nice, cute little project here. So that's a pretty solid day. So I'm going to wrap up. I desperately need to pee. So this has been Sugi Yamagawa. May you all have a great rest of your day, night, evening, whatever it is, wherever you're at. And hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.